What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy GemMint, and do I have a nice omnibus haul for you guys today. Before we jump into this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video, and if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like. If you want to know where to purchase any of these trade paperbacks, library editions, deluxe editions, omnibus, and more, check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. They sell them up to 50% off cover price. They have immaculate packaging, fast shipping, and great customer service. They also have a bargain bin where you can get books up to 90% off. If you mention my name in the memo at checkout, your second order will have free shipping if you're in the United States. So check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. All right, guys, we have a lot of trade paperbacks and epic collections here. We'll talk about all of these in a moment. But first, I picked up this Spider-Man 2099. This is from the recent Nick Spencer run, which had a 2099 storyline. You had some Dr. Doom stuff in there. You had some Miguel O'Hara, and it collects issues 32 through 36. It was written by Nick Spencer, and you have a team of artists here. Patrick Gleason, Baz Aldua, Matthew Wilson, Dee Kunifi, Chris O'Halloran, and Steve Furchow. This had a $17.99 cover price. Let's flip through and take a look at Spider-Man 2099. All right, guys, so if I'm being honest, I originally bought this thinking it was the Spider-Man 2099 from the modern run, especially when it had this Volume 7 here. So what it really is, it's Volume 7 of Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man, and it's called 2099 because that's like the storyline or the arc that was going on here. I think a lot of readers were disappointed with the arc. Maybe we just expected more out of it, but it just kind of brought back Miguel. There was a problem with the future, and something was happening that was erasing the future where Miguel O'Hara is from. You can see him there. I remember trying to speculate what it was, whether it was Parker, because Parker had some new kind of device that kind of had like what probability predictions or something like that. I don't really remember what caused it now. I think it has something to do with Dr. Doom. Here goes Doom right here. Let's see, does this have any extras? So I didn't realize that there was a hidden gem variant for this Mark Bagley poster. I actually have this poster still. I got to see what those variants are looking like. All right, guys, the rest of these trades, Marvel was kind enough to send us early copies of these so that we could take a look at them and share them with you. So I'm not sure on the release dates. I'll put that on the screen of each one. But up first, we have Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So this is written by Dennis Hopeless. We actually interviewed him not too long ago, and we talked about this run a little bit and what it was like to kind of pick up where Donny Cates left off with this character. It contains the 5-issue miniseries, and it has art by Scott Hepburn and Antonio Fabela. Also has some stuff by Donny Cates, Jeff Shaw, and Matt Manila here. Probably some flashbacks or some material from prior to this run. But this one has a $15.99 cover price. Let's flip through and take a look at Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. All right, here we go. So you got Dennis Hopeless. Who else is on the book here? Scott Hepburn and Antonio Fabela. I think I already said that. All right, so this continues the adventures of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's back, baby. Frank Castle, who became the Spirit of Vengeance and also the Herald of Galactus. You know, I really enjoyed his arc in the Thanos run. And the Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider was fun as well. I like the character. A lot of people will say he's kind of like a Deadpool character, but hey, if you spent a millennia alone with nothing but your thoughts, you'd go crazy as well. He had some fun cover art here in this run. Got some Mephisto stuff. What I remember is that he was basically just trying to protect this girl, and he was kind of like traveling the universe with her. I kind of forget the plot besides that. Ron Lim variant. Pretty cool. But another fun new creation from Donny Cates. He's been killing it, and cool to see somebody else grab the character and make a series out of it. All right, next up we have the Fantastic Four Point of Origin. This is by Dan Slott, Paco Medina, Sean Izaki, and a ton of other creators here. This collects Fantastic Four 14 through 20. I have the single issues, but I never got caught up on reading the Fantastic Four. So we're going to flip through this together and take a look at it for the first time. But if you guys are like me and you're a little bit behind, you can always pick up a trade. Dan Slott's Fantastic Four, the long-awaited reboot of the franchise. This is called Point of Origin. It's the 5th volume in the Fantastic Four trades. Like I said, collects 14 through 20. Let's take a look at it here. Here we have the creative team. You have some different covers. So I'm trying to think. I guess maybe the next trade or maybe the trade after that will end up leading into the Empire stuff. But I'm not familiar with what's going on in this run. I'm trying to think of other titles that I've been reading while, alongside of this that may have crossed over. But I'm drawing a blank here. Mole Man with some dinosaurs. Let's see what we got in the back here. Some character design stuff. It's always fun. Mary Jane variant, J. Scott Campbell. Some other variants. Cool. All right, then we have the Symbiote Spider-Man, Alien Reality. This is written by Peter David. I'm reading this run, or I was reading this run in single issues and reviewing them weekly. This is the trade that collects the 5-issue miniseries. You got art by Greg Land, but you also have Jay Leestein and Frank D'Armata on the book as well. So this was kind of like a cool, Elseworlds tale, this world where the Hobgoblin is the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange is like a homeless guy, and they're trying to get everything back to the regular reality. It was really interesting, and I think the last issue was really strong. I just reviewed it recently. It had very trippy Ditko-esque artwork, but we'll look at some of that while we flip through. This has a $15.99 cover price. All right, awesome cover. Got dope Greg Land artwork on this book. This was a fun little run. It was kind of out of nowhere. They've been doing this Symbiote Spider-Man title on the side. And this Alien Reality was kind of a short story in that world. Cool to see Nightmare. So Nightmare was one of the villains in here. Doctor Strange and Black Widow. And basically Spider-Man gets placed into this alternate reality where, like I said, Hobgoblin, as you can see, is the Sorcerer Supreme. And nothing is kind of how it should be. So Peter's got to find his way back. Oh yeah, so I'd show you like the Ditko-esque stuff. Let's see. Here we go. Like these type of backgrounds, real trippy. I'll get a better example. Did I miss it? Yeah, I think it's here. Oh, here we go. Stuff like this. Like Steve Ditko, Doctor Strange stuff. But a cool, fun little run. You don't really have to have any prior knowledge or prior reading to jump into it. All right, next up we have the End trade paperback. You guys might remember this. Around the time 2099 was that storyline was going on, we had like this mini series called The End, and it basically has the last issue for a number of characters. You had Venom, you had Miles Morales, I think you had Captain Marvel. Yeah, and you had Captain America. So very cool futuristic Venom cover here. This has a $24.99 cover price. It collects this entire miniseries. It was kind of like a sequel to the Marvels, The End they had, like I think it was in the late 90s or so. But let's flip through. We'll take a look at The End. I do like this cover of The End. It kind of reminds me of like the movie Venom, but it's like a futuristic Venom. The symbiote can't die, so he is alive all the way to the end of time. So that's what this is, the bitter end, the last issue. Like what would happen in the last issue of the lives of Captain America, Captain Marvel, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Miles Morales, and Venom. Who's the creative team? Guru EFX on the coloring. But yeah, you had a wide variety. Eric Larson, Kelly Thompson, Joe Kelly. He came back to do the Deadpool stuff. Leah Williams, Saladin Ahmed, Adam Warren. So you had a ton of people here. They were okay. It was also, they were all one-shots. It wasn't like a story that really went together with itself. It was all kind of what if this was the last issue for the character. Eric Larson did the Cap book. So that was all right. I think the Venom book was my favorite one. The Captain Marvel one was pretty good too, though, if I recall. Yeah, Deadpool. Here's the Deadpool one. Joe Kelly came back. Here's the old Doctor Strange. Oh, it has some variants on the end. Old Miles. And then the Venom one. That's a dope cover, man, for sure. It was kind of weird the way they told this story, too. It was like even told in a futuristic manner. There's a variant for it. You got some pages. That's cool. Eric Larson going old school. There you go. All right, next up. This is a book that I wasn't aware of. The World Outside Your Window. This is something, this is like a compilation trade paperback of all books that kind of have real life and real world issues that are being addressed. So it starts with like the Harry Osborn drug issues. It has the Iron Man Demon in a Bottle. It has the Barack Obama issue. It has the 9/11 issue. So it has a lot of those type of, like I said, real world, what's happening outside of your window titles. So this has a $34.99 cover price. It's a thicker trade, almost like one of these epic collections. But we'll flip through and we'll take a look at this trade now. All right, here we go. So Marvel Comics, the world outside of your window. Stan Lee always said that Marvel is the world outside your window. So that's kind of what this is. It's taking real life situations. See, fictional heroes face real life challenges. You got the drug issue. I'm not familiar with the Howard the Duck issue, but, you know, Demon in a Bottle. Like I said, all these issues with the real life stuff, the marriage. I'm not really familiar with these other ones, but here's everything that it contains with the creative teams. We'll flip through it. Magneto with the baby. So it looks like it has even more stuff, right? Because look, I'm seeing what Alpha Flight, Incredible Hulk 420, Peter David, Captain America stuff, Jack Kirby. Here's the Spider-Man. Not approved by the Comics Code Authority. Harry Osborn drug issues. Here's the Howard the Duck one. Famous Iron Man book. New Mutants. Alpha Flight. Then you got the X-Men. The 9/11 issue. Powerful page right there. That's the first big spread. Oh, there it is, yeah. Yeah, so you guys get the gist of it, right? Let's see what we got in the back here. So it doesn't look like it has any extras. Just like a compilation trade. All right, next up, Marvel sent my first Epic collections. I've never owned any of these. I know there's a huge community for Epic collections, and they are the size of trade paperbacks, are usually a little bit thicker. I do own some complete collections, which are very similar. Like I have the complete collection for, I think, Rick Remender's Venom and the Spider-Woman stuff. So this is volume 4 of Star Wars: The Rebellion. In researching this, it looks like Marvel has reprinted the original Dark Horse Star Wars comics, and it has been collecting these, it looks like digitally and in these Epic collections. So you have Star Wars Rebellion 1 through 16, Star Wars Boba Fett, Overkill, and Star Wars Boba Fett 1/2. Then some materials from Star Wars Night of the Old Republic / Rebellion and Star Wars Tales. So this takes place between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Has a $44.99 cover price. And we'll flip through. We'll take a look at some of these Star Wars books. All right, here we got the Epic Collection, The Rebellion. This is under the Legends tag. And I'm thinking that's what Marvel was dubbing this stuff as, kind of like reprints or whatever. So here's what it all collects. Table of contents. Take a look at it here. So I hear good things about the comics. I think the people are upset that they're not canon anymore, right? Since the rights reverted back to Marvel, the Dark Horse stuff isn't canon, and the Marvel stuff is. Am I correct in saying that? Just flip through and take a good look at the artwork here. Some Boba Fett stuff. All right. So I have at the end a little sketchbook section. All right, and the last epic collection. This is X-Men. This is Proteus, who is the son of Moira McTaggart. This is volume 6, and it's during the Bronze Age era of the X-Men, 1978 through 79. $40 cover price, and it collects X-Men 111 through 128, plus Annual 3, and it has Incredible Hulk Annual 7, plus Marvel Team Up 89. So the epic collection says that they feature characters and stories from Marvel's vast history. They're not published in chronological order. They're basically hand-picked stories that they're printing in these epic collections. Let's go ahead and flip through the X-Men Proteus epic collection. Let's take a look here. So there's the Incredible Hulk stuff. You gotta love that era of artwork, though. That giant-sized X-Men team. With Arcade. Spider-Man. Just a quick look here. What do we have in the back here? Marvel House ads. I have this t-shirt, actually. It's a comic reader. That's cool. Some original art. Very cool. All right, guys, let's jump into the hardcovers. You know I had to get that Robert Kirkman Oblivion Song Volume 1. So happy to see they give Oblivion Song this treatment. You have artwork by Lorenzo Di Felici and Annalisa Leone. So this collects the first 12 issues of Oblivion Song. I'm currently reading this as an ongoing title. I really like it. It feels very Kirkman, but instead of Walking Dead, when you have zombies, you have like this dimensional displace of a big city block, and it goes to this other dimension, and that block of that dimension comes here, and it's like a wild alien wasteland. So pretty cool stuff here. This has a $39.99 cover price. Let's flip through and we'll look at Oblivion Song. All right, so we're happy to get an oversized copy of Oblivion Song. Very cool. I like the artwork in this book. I like the story, and Kirkman always does a good job of keeping me interested. Oblivion is the name of the other dimension, and the term Oblivion Song is like the sound like that nature makes. You know how like we hear crickets at night? But that would be like Earth's song, I guess. So you also have the story of these two brothers. A brother that never really amounted to anything. I guess he was kind of a loser. And he got transported over to Oblivion, and he kind of thrives there. So the main part of the story is we have technology that we're able to transport to Oblivion, but it's very dangerous. And you don't really know what you're going to transport in. Is the elevation going to be different? And it's a story of a brother trying to rescue his brother, but like I said, the brother in Oblivion is thriving there, so he doesn't really want to leave. And it becomes a whole thing with trying to save people, and here's some of the extras that the book comes with: a sketchbook, some advertisements here, frog variant, dope artwork, man. I think that's issue 1. Yeah, so it looks like it has all the issues, like virgin covers. That's cool, man. Very cool. And this is kind of showing you like the brother that's in Oblivion on Earth, and then the one that's on Earth in Oblivion. So it's kind of like a desolate wasteland. All right, now on to the Omnibus. So we have the House of Mystery Bronze Age Omnibus Volume 2. So kind of like House of Secrets Volume 2. Volume 2 is like the new updated look, whereas Volume 1 is the older one. That's kind of like my only nitpick with this book. But otherwise, the contents look good. It's a $150 book, and it covers House of Mystery 201 through 226. You have Lean Wine here, Jack Kirby stuff, Marv Wolfman. So a nice team of creators. Let's flip through, and we'll take a look at House of Mystery Volume 2. All right, here we go. House of Mystery, the Bronze Age Omnibus Volume 2. I mean, I do like these dust jackets. I just don't really like how they don't match. You know, as a collector, we kind of like everything to match. It has all the covers for House of Mystery, the issues that it collects on the back. And like I said, it's issues 201 through 226. There you go. Looks like that's Abel, right? From Cain and Abel, or is that somebody else? Am I thinking about something else? All right, so you got the black hardcover, traditional DC Omnibus look. Nothing on the back. Pretty cool interior. Collection cover art by Ryan Sook. Here's the table of contents. DC only tends to do the table of contents on the older books for whatever reason. Alright, so we have a nice forward here by Paul Levitz. And then here's the artwork. So the artwork looks good. You know, monster book. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is Abel, right? Cain and Abel. Hail the Conquering Aliens. So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is probably the first time this material is collected in this oversized format. Usually when you see that higher price tag, that's usually the cause, that or licensing. But I don't think it's a licensing thing here. But cleaned up, looks good. Classic material. For those that are fans of the original stuff, or if you're someone like me that just is a collector and you like it on the shelf. Let's see if we have any extras here. Nope. Oh, there you go. Crossword puzzle. All right, guys. Next up, we have Wonder Woman, the War of the Gods Omnibus by George Perez. So I think the biggest thing that you guys need to know with this book is that it heavily double dips with the Wonder Woman by George Perez Omnibus Volume 3. It has the 4-issue series, War of the Gods, and it has Wonder Woman 58 through 62, which is also collected in that Volume 3 Omnibus. Volume 3 has some more issues, more Wonder Woman issues, but what this collects are all the tie-ins throughout the other DC titles during this event. So you have stuff from Superman, Man of Steel, Hawkworld, Hawk and Dove, Captain Atom, Dr. Fate, Flash, Justice League, Batman, Animal Man. So all these kind of titles, Demon, that tie in. So I guess you're either going to get this if you don't own the 3 volumes of the George Perez stuff, or you don't own Volume 3. If you're a completionist like myself, this is something that you want to put on the shelf next to it. But just keep in mind that it does double dip pretty heavily. It's a $100 book. We'll take a look at the construction and the contents now. All right, let's take a look at the War of the Gods Omnibus. You got Wonder Woman. It's all types of gods versus the humans. Greek gods, Norse gods. You got the premise here on the back. All of the issues it collects with all the tie-ins like I mentioned. Right, so there you go. Here's the inside of the dust jacket. The blurb on George Perez. Another all-black omnibus. And let's take a look at the insides. Looks like George Perez did the cover art as well. Table of contents again. War of the Gods, issue 1. Very dope cover. Very George Perez looking. Cool. I thought that was Darkseid for a second, but I'm guessing it's Ares. There goes Darkseid. So Wonder Woman 58, like I said, that's also in the Wonder Woman Volume 3 Omnibus. So you're really collecting this for the tie-ins. Right, so let's see what this tie-in is. Looks like Hawk and Dove. Yeah, Hawk and Dove 28, which is not included in that Wonder Woman Omnibus. Dr. Fate 33. So yeah, Suicide Squad 58. Now it's the 4th George Perez Wonder Woman Omnibus here. If one thing DC hasn't been slacking on, it's Wonder Woman Omnibus. New Teen Titans 81. Alright, let's see if we have any extras in this one. Character pinup gallery. Dang, that's cool. Cersei, who is the big bad of this storyline. Some nice Deathstroke stuff. Shazam. The Shazam Immortals. Okay. Lobo. The Harpies. Pretty cool. That's it. All right, guys, last up, another old school omnibus. So this is Adventure into Fear omnibus. This collects the entire run of Fear, which is issues 1 through 31. This is from the Bronze Age as well. This is a $150 book. The title's most known for Man-Thing and the first appearance of Howard the Duck, but it also has some Morbius stuff here. You can see him on the cover in the corner, and he's on the back here. Flipping through, it looks very cool, man. I kind of like the idea that it's the entire run collected in an omnibus. I mean, that's what the format really should be, right? So we'll flip through it. We'll take a look at Adventures into Fear. All right, we spent some time in the DC Bronze Age. Now we're over to Marvel Adventure into Fear. I always want to call it Journey into Fear for some reason. Here goes the spine and the back. Very clean back. I like how they did Morbius. Inside of the dust jacket, talking about Man-Thing, Morbius, and more monsters. So a lot on the creators here. You got a pretty extensive creative team on this 31-issue run. And we have artwork on the hardcover as well. I really wish DC would start doing this. I think it's a great touch. But, you know, by now they're so uniform with the black. Then we would complain that they're not doing the black hardcovers anymore. I really like the layout on this book, though, man. I like how they did the graphics. I think that's the same font that I use on a lot of my thumbnails, actually. It's like a comic book-looking font, right? All right, issue number 1. Another one that's, you know, cleaned up material. Again, I don't think it was ever collected, not the whole run, in this style, oversized format. So the colors really pop. The lines are clean. Some old monster stories. Some of them that do end up blending over to the Marvel Universe when it comes to Howard the Duck and Man-Thing and Morbius. Let's see if we run up on them. Never Trust a Martian. Gotcha. Here goes Man-Thing. Howard the Duck first appears in, I think, what, issue 19? What issue is this? 17? I think I skipped it. Oh, there's Howard the Duck up there. There you go. Let's see if we see that first panel. Did I miss it? Is that the first one? Alright, anyway. Then we jump into Morbius, the living vampire. Because you couldn't be an undead creature and get approved by the Comics Code Authority. That's why he's the living vampire. I never realized how much they were into Morbius around this time. Some cover art here. Let's see. Okay, Cover art was reused for the cover of Fear 1. Okay, so it was Tales to Astonish. Strange Tales, Journey into Mystery. Maybe that's why I'm getting it confused. It's funny when Marvel produces the work and then Heritage sells it, but then Marvel uses the images from Heritage to reference the collected edition. It's like full circle, right? Shout out to Heritage, man. They got great stuff. All right, guys, that's it. All right, guys, that is the haul. Big thanks to Marvel for sending us all these trade paperbacks. A lot of stuff that I'm down to read. A lot of stuff that we'll give away in gem crates to you guys. So appreciate that. Definitely excited about Oblivion Song. I think you guys should definitely pick up the hardcover if you have missed the singles and you're thinking about getting into it. They have trade paperbacks as well. But if you're a hardcover collector like myself, that's going to be for you. Let me know what you think about the haul in the comments down below. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you enjoy the content, go ahead and hit that like. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.